But the average Filipino, you know, number one, they're working their ass off. You know, a lot of them work. And number two, you got the humidity. You know, the humidity will burn up calories. You know, just trying to stay cool and sane. But of course, that's if you're out in the heat. If you're indoors, you're pretty much cool. You know, you can hang out in the patio and swing in the hammock, and you're fine. But when you got to go walk out in the sun, you know, right now it just got done raining, so I'm out here in the open. You know, if there was no clouds up right now, I wouldn't be out here. I'd be sweating like a crack addict. So, but you know, there's the heat. You know, but Filipinos have a very low obesity rate, and you know, and there's I think a lot of that is partly the climate, part of it's genetics, and part of it is diet and exercise, whether they want the exercise or not. You know, a lot of them eat rice. You know, it's amazing. It's like it's not a meal unless there's rice. I've actually had, you know, like a woman was like looking at my plate at a family function. She says, "You're riceless." I said, "No, no, no. I put the beef and carrot stew on top of the rice. That's how I eat it." And she looked under there. She goes, "Oh, okay. You're okay." It's not a meal unless you have rice. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They're like, you know, I've heard this phrase from like several Filipinos. It's like, I would die without rice. I've had several Filipinos ask me, how often did you eat rice in the United States? And I thought about it and I said, well, maybe once, maybe twice a month, you know, if I had some rice with a potato or a steak, you know, but sometimes it was rice, sometimes it was baked potato, but you know, maybe once a month I had rice, some rice pilaf or something. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, I would die without rice," you know. And it's like they gotta have their rice. Now, what I have found is that eating rice all by itself, especially for foreigners who are not used to this, it is such a high carbohydrate and sugar spike to your system that it will knock your insulin, you know, for a loop, even if you're not type 2 diabetic. Now, if you're heavyweight, really, you just can't be eating rice by itself 3 times a day. You just can't. I'm telling you, it will totally jack up your blood sugar. These people here, they burn it off. They're used to it. They've been doing this since forever. But us expats coming in off of, you know, with a little bit of a tummy and whatever, if you're going to eat rice, eat it with like an equal portion of protein. Eating it with a lot of vegetables doesn't really seem to help. This is stuff that I've taken time to look up online. You need the protein to help even out the burn, the conversion of carbohydrates to sugar. And you also need to eat it and then start moving around, like within that next hour or two. Eating a big bowl of rice and going to bed or taking a nap, not a good idea. So anyways, so the diet, there's a lot of fish. You can get grilled fish, boiled fish. You can even ask them to take the head off. I personally just can't eat something that's just sitting there looking at me like what'd you do to me? I just can't eat it with the head on the plate. I just can't. And I can't eat the little chicken heads 3 in a row on a skewer either. It just, I'm trying to acclimate to the food here, but I have my limits, you know. And but overall, the diet, the exercise, the humidity, I've lost weight. You know, I've lost about 40, 50 pounds, and I feel much better. I have much more energy. You know, I'll take a 1.5 mile walk to the mall. No sweat. No, well, not no sweat, but you know, I don't mind. You know, it's not like a big deal. You know, I'm not quite ready to go jogging yet. For one thing, I need a flat road. But if you do come to the Philippines, I've talked to other expats, and they've said the same thing. The guys that sort of embrace the culture here, embrace the food, embrace the lifestyle, they tend to lose weight. You know? Now, the guys that come here and insulate themselves from the culture, the guys who come here and stick to their same diet that they had back in their home country, you know, lots of pasta or red meat or whatever, and they're waking up every day and just eating at the mall for lunch and dinner. Those guys aren't losing any weight, you know. um, but for the guys that come here and just sort of go Asiatic, you know, and acclimate and get with it here, don't be surprised that you lose some weight and you start feeling a little better. You got some more energy, and you know you're just kind of up for more. You know, I've found it to be one of the best anticipated benefits of moving here is that I feel much better about my health. And another thing that guys will tell me, and I've experienced myself, is that here I have no problems with my sinuses. Even when I get the flu or I get sick, I get I get the flu, and it's over in about 3-4 days. You know, some bio-flu, a little bit of rest, some liquids, and some soup, and I'm feeling pretty good in a few days. Back in the States, you know, living in the desert of Southern California, I always had like one side of my sinuses clogged up. It was like, you know, it would alternate throughout the day, or depending on what side of my head I slept on. And if I got sick, you know, and I got sick every Christmas holiday time, every change of the season time, I'd get the flu or whatever, and it would just knock me for a loop for anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks. I would be taking meds and hacking and coughing and hating life and just sick as a dog. And here, like I said, it's like a 3 to maybe 6 day max thing, you know, because my sinuses are just nice and clear. I don't know if it's the moisture in the air or what, or maybe it's just, you know, there's a lack of plants here that I'm allergic to in the States. I don't know what it is, but other expats have told me the same exact thing, that their sinuses are clear as a bell here. Except for the guys that live in downtown Cebu, Manila, where the issue there is a whole lot of smog. You know, that stuff will drive anyone nuts. But so I would say, you know, 2 of the best benefits to moving here have been weight loss and just an overall better condition of my sinuses. You know, and you know, you put it together, and with all the other things that are positive about the Philippines, and you end up wanting to stay. You know, it's like you just never want to leave. In fact, the only reason I will go back to the States for visits is my family. You know, I love my mom, I love my kids, and now I have a grandkid, you know, a little Jax Velez, who I've yet to meet. I only so far have seen him on, you know, videos and pictures online, but I'll be seeing him soon. And but that's it. Apart from family, you know, my home is here. I love it here, you know, and the health benefits that I've experienced along the way just is kind of like, you know, the cherry on top. So just something I want to share with you, and you guys that have moved out here, let me know. You know, I know one guy who he had a hip, like a metal hip, put into his leg or something, or his hip, you know, and he said that, you know, here he doesn't need hardly any pain meds because it's a warmer climate. I guess the metal doesn't get cold and aggravate his nerves endings on the inside or whatever. But when he goes back to the States, if it's cold, and you know it's generally, even in California it gets cold, he has to take pain meds, you know, because it hurts. And so any of you guys that, you know, use the comment section, let me know. I mean, you know, what health benefits have you experienced here, you know? So anyways, that's it for now, and feel free to subscribe and check out the main website, lifebeyondthesea.com. Like I said, you know, I've got lots of articles, tons and tons of articles. I've got, you know, some other video links and some photos, and also some resources, you know, stuff you need to find out from, say, the Bureau of Immigration, and, you know, just different things like that. Plus, we have a forum, and you can jump on there, and, you know, if you're an expat and you got some experience and some knowledge to share with the newbies, feel free to drop in and answer their questions. If you're new or you're thinking about moving to the Philippines, you know, stop into the forum and ask a question. You know, it's a good way to network and meet other guys that are living here. And, you know, I jump on there to answer people's questions as well or comment on them. The forum's been kind of slow getting in the starting, you know, getting going. But like anything else, you know, it'll get some traction. And, you know, the more we participate, you know, the more it'll just kind of, you know, build a life of its own. So anyways, hope to see you there at the forum. And until next time, have a great time and see you when you get here. Bye-bye.